Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to another episode of the House Talks podcast. We got Karn, we got Jazz, and there's this other guy, CGS Collective or Media. What's his name? Who is
Connor?
that guy?
Connor?
Is he here? Did he show up?
I think
I
he
don't know.
didn't bring his clothes here.
Ladies and fucking gentlemen, I'm back.
Yeah, I did horrible at the opening, so you better take that.
You should grab
you
that
better
mic there,
take
Connor.
that and
Honestly, I was
let's
just getting
go.
a little bit weirded out that Arvin was doing the introduction there.
I don't think Arvin knew what he was doing either.
I was just looking
I
at
did
Jazz
not.
like, who the fuck?
I saw
Clip
Connor,
Conor McGregor is that guy.
Big C. There's a reason we call him Big C.
Not for the big C on his hat.
Anyways, we're moving on. Connor, do the introduction. Let's go.
And welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to another episode of the House Talks podcast. Today we are a poolside, gorgeous evening. We tried to record in the day, but we just weren't able to make it happen.
We were on brown time.
Jazz is a busy man.
Jazz is a busy man. It
My
takes a lot
6:30
of
was
work to
8:30.
look this attractive, and so we had to make sure that he had his
Bro, it's all
time
the
to.
pillows here, man. Might take a nap.
You look so
Yeah,
comfortable.
you got the best chair in the
That's
entire
why
room
he's
here.
the hug guy. Remember? It
Okay.
looks like you need a hug.
Yeah.
Who wouldn't want to go hug this guy on this lovely couch?
The way he's laying, I might just go hug him right
I
now.
might just go hug him too. I might just go cuddle.
Team hug.
Team hug?
This is a podcast.
Turn the cameras off. We're going to do a team.
Yeah. Private House Talks page coming up soon. Jazzy exclusives. But no, we've got some exciting things coming up. We have another anniversary for the Supplement House coming up on 2 years, ladies and gentlemen. Absolutely amazing. In the Abbotsford area, if you don't know already, you probably should. But the Supplement House inside the Summit Center on Town Lines Road. You got to go visit them. Anniversary coming up.
But not just in the Abbotsford area, Connor. Canada.
Canada-wide.
Canada-wide. We
Yeah.
are online. We are Canada-wide. We have a lot of people that order from us from Ontario, Alberta, Saskatchewan, you name it, all over Canada. We've been shipping everywhere. Friggin' Newfoundland.
Yeah.
So,
Coast to coast.
Coast to
Multiple
coast,
orders
baby.
from Newfoundland.
yes, Abbotsford is obviously our staple shop of where we started everything 2 years ago. But yeah, I mean, everyone will have an opportunity to take part, whether they're sitting in Toronto or they're sitting in freaking Red Deer, Alberta.
But that being said, thank you to everyone in Abbotsford for supporting. 2 years.
First and foremost.
We wouldn't be what we are today without the support of the community.
Of course.
We'll give back. We'll try and be part of that community, even though we don't live there. We weren't born there. But that being said, 2 years, we feel like that's our home.
No, it really has been. Honestly, we spend more time there than we do our houses here, where we
Yeah.
do live.
Seriously, I see you guys in Abbotsford more than I see anyone
These
else,
two
obviously.
especially.
2 days. I was there
Yeah.
for 15 hours 2 days ago. Morning till night. I just came home to shower and sleep. And I know we can say that for all of us, to be completely honest with you. But no, Abbotsford. I mean, we will always be Abbotsford based
Yeah.
forever and ever and ever. And all our loyalty and all of our thanks and love will always go towards Abbotsford. But even more so the people that are on Town Line.
Yeah.
Man.
It's been 2 years for you guys. I've been there for 6, and the way the community accepted us was second to none. I didn't think we would get that reception from everyone out there. So once again, thank you to everyone who helped us get to where we are. 2 years.
Yeah, not this
We're
quick.
going to have some big things coming.
Not this quick, yeah. I mean, the saying goes like, you got to support those who support you. So look out for that, man. I'm excited. We're all excited.
Yep. How about you, Jazz? Excited?
Super excited.
Tell us
Jazz is
more
just
about how
too
excited
comfortable.
you are.
Huh?
Tell us more about
Yo,
how
so
excited
I'm
you
just
Use
going to
big
break
words.
this down a little bit. So obviously we all have personalities and everyone has their perception of all of us. And I feel like it's fairly accurate. But for Jazz, they always, he's as the, like, I really want to get along with them. And like people love Jazz. But at the same time, they're like, sometimes he's mean to me.
Jazz is a cuddly teddy bear with the meanest jokes about you you've ever heard in your life.
But I think it works for him because
Yeah.
it's sincere. So
Oh, fuck you guys. Rip on Jazz Day today? What the fuck?
Bro, I said the nicest thing. If I could, I'd hug you right now.
No, I'm nice to everybody out there.
There's-
If you get my sense of humor, that is.
Yeah.
Good point.
There's love behind all the jokes.
Yeah.
good
and
point.
lots of hugs.
I mean, remember when I met your brother-in-law? Fucking guy hated me.
Tell that
it,
story.
it took a year
So
for
that's-
you
that's
to like
for me.
for him to understand who you were.
Well, when I met Bermise, so what was this? You guys came back from a party. We came over.
That was what 2020, I think.
2020, and then I guess it's because of a big celebrity, but I didn't give him any celebrity respect. I treated him like one of the boys, started ripping on him right away. And then, because he'd make fun of everybody, but I guess obviously he's such a big image and people respect him. And I didn't respect him, but genuinely did. But I just taught him how I treated him like how I treated you guys, and
Yeah.
then fucking guy hated me. And then I remember when we were going for a stag, Arvin's like, "Yo, but Misha want you to come." I was like, "What the fuck did I do?" And Arvin had mellow him into getting to know me, and then on the stag, he looked at me, we were drunk, he's like, "Bro, I hated you when I first met you, but now I fucking love you." And since that, it's been good times with him. It took almost 8 months to get him to finally appreciate what I talk some stupid shit out of my mouth half the time.
Jazz is like one of those berry bushes you see on the side of the road. There's
fucking hate
prickles
it.
all over, but when you get the blackberry or the raspberry, fucking delicious, Jazz.
Delicious.
Juicy.
Delicious.
Nice and juicy.
Juicy.
Juicy
Notorious.
Jazz.
The
Yo,
red
you
cup
gotta,
throw.
you gotta be Biggie for Halloween next year.
Biggie?
Yeah.
Juicy
Or
J.
this year, sorry.
I
I
was
meant to
shook
say.
that other year.
Yeah, you should
Suge
be
Knight,
Biggie.
yeah.
Alright, Halloween.
Be the opposite side.
Halloween's a great time for us, eh?
It is. You know when it's not even Christmas yet, people are throwing up their Christmas lights in fucking November? We're being those guys right now.
Oh, 100%.
It's not even September yet, boys. But it almost is.
September Sunday.
Yeah, we're recording this, 2 days?
Friday evening.
Friday evening, yeah,
Yeah.
on the 29th. So 2 days before September.
29th of August.
Which brings me to the point that we were talking about right before we started recording. September, man. September is an important time of the year, and I think all of us kind of chipped in on how it kind of signifies a new year for all of us.
Yeah.
September's like a new year
Right?
for
More
most
than
people.
January 1st does.
Well, September's more of a
everyone's
new
getting
year
their
for most
lives
people, right?
together
Yeah.
again, right?
Yeah, whether it's kids going back to school, starting a new grade, or it's parents, even their parents that's big for the parents too, right?
Yeah.
But people going back into their jobs because summer they took a little bit of time off, or almost the start of quarter four, because I
Yeah.
know it starts in October from our last episode. But
Stat guy Connor.
Stack
confirmed.
Connor, thank you, Connor. But no, even for me, I think my entire life, September's always been a big new beginning.
As a kid, when you were going back to school in September, it was like the big fucking thing, right? You're like, you know what? It's a new year. Especially elementary school, you would lay down an outfit. You're like, oh, it'd be so
Get
cool.
fucking
Fresh
school supplies.
clothes.
Fresh
School
shoes.
supplies, new backpack, everything. And now it's you see that growing older, and you're like, it made so much more sense now that is legitimately a new year for everyone.
But for us too, hockey season started September too, right?
Yeah.
So it was 2 New Years.
Exactly.
Yeah, so you're looking forward to that the whole time.
I get to hang out with my boys a lot more often.
Well, our beer league's starting soon.
Yeah, beer league.
Absolutely. I get
already
to come
see
out and
these-
film that. I'm
I already
fucking
get to
stoked.
see these guys.
Connor's gonna do
3-4 times
behind
a
the
week,
scenes
but
of our beer league.
Maybe I'll come out for
If you guys wanna
one
laugh,
game and show you
watch
guys
that episode, see how bad we
horrible
are
I
at
am
hockey.
You can't be that bad.
Honestly, I'm pretty sick. These guys
Yeah.
suck.
Did
Anyways,
you not
Connor,
grow up
Connor, what were you gonna say?
I played 3 years. That was about it.
Yeah, so you can skate.
I can skate, but
Karn-
it's not pretty.
Have you seen Karn skate?
No.
Bro,
Well, unfortunately,
Karn
last
pulls
time he
tricep
skated,
standing up.
No, I fell.
Standing up.
Whatever,
All
baby.
things
I'm still all
considered,
time.
all
Still all
time,
time. No
all
one else
time,
can you say
but
this?
the
No one can say that
choppiest
they're all
player I've
time.
met in my life, but he
I'm
gets
all
the
time.
job done. All time.
I'm all time. I am all time.
You know when
I
he-
said it before.
I'm all
When
time.
Connor's
I'm all
ref,
time.
Connor, when Karn's fucking mad on the ice, instead of yelling at people, he just goes to the ref, just fucking kick me out. Just kick me out of the game. I don't want to be here.
The best thing was that happened one time. No, because I was yelling at the refs. I was swearing up. It's because, so long story short, I was on a breakaway. Buddy slashed me, broke my pinky. Didn't realize at that time, but obviously it fucking hurt.
Who was Buddy?
Huh?
Who was Buddy?
Buddy was the I don't know,
Buddy
the other
was
guy
Buddy?
on the other team. But then I came on the bench and there's no call, zero call, and it was clear cut. And
This was what,
obviously
2
he had
years
to
ago?
Stretch to slash me. Huh?
This was what, 2 years ago?
No, Marvin, this was 3-4 years ago, bro. I think.
I wasn't at that game. I remember hearing about
Yeah, it
it.
was 3-4 years ago. No, it was before COVID, so whenever
Yeah.
that was. And then I'm on the. He's telling me he's like I'm gonna kick you out of the game if you go on, and I'm giving him every swear word in the book. He still wasn't giving me the boot. And then I told him, I was like, then fucking kick me out. Then I started
Hold
giving
up,
it to him every swear word.
Say it
in
in the same voice you said it. Because the way I heard it from the rest of the team,
Huh?
it did not sound like that. It wasn't.
I was
"Kick
having
me out then."
I was having a freak attack. I was threw my gloves, threw my stick down. I was having a full. And guess what? He still didn't boot me, but Also, I actually did end up scoring on the power
You
play
gotta
right
let-
after.
you gotta
I
let
still
the
have that
viewers know.
clip. I still have that clip.
You gotta let the viewers
I
know
can
how
send
you
it to you.
said
I
it.
have it on my phone. I scored on the power play right after that with the broken pinky. Thank you very much.
That's why he's all time.
All time, baby. You gotta meet my buddy Scott. He almost gets thrown out of every game for chirping.
No,
Oh, you
I'm not
gotta
that
meet
guy
my
that gets
buddy
thrown
Jazz.
out. That's
He gets
Jazz.
thrown out every other
My
game
buddy
too.
Jazz. The
Jazz,
league.
nice to meet you,
the
bro.
league
Yeah,
made a
the
new
league
rule.
implemented a new
The
rule
league-
this year.
Yeah, because of this guy.
Yeah.
I'm not even.
So if
No,
you
I'm
have-
not even
if you have
joking.
25 penalty
Yo,
minutes,
Jazz,
you get
we-
1 game
we
suspension,
have-
50, 2
we have
games,
some backing on that.
75-3.
We pull out this
Last year,
the penalty
last year, Jazz was at 58, I think.
Yeah.
68.
60.
68,
Couldn't
and
even
he
get to
was
60
suspended for a total of 6 games, I think.
I think
Maybe
it's
more.
12.
12
Bro.
games, yeah.
For just talking shit.
Yeah.
A
more
little
than-
bit of everything.
No, a little bit of everything.
Mostly
Fighting,
talking shit.
Talking shit.
It's the shit disturber all around.
No, he just steps in for the boys.
Couple times I don't
Attaboy,
step in, I
Jesse.
just guess I just say some stupid shit so refs just won't like me. And then if they see me in the middle, I'm like, you out. I'm like, bro, I didn't even talk yet. Let me say a word.
Yeah,
man.
at least let me get thrown out.
Then he's
Jazz
good
just
boy for a little
snickers
bit.
at the ref, and the ref's like, he's gonna say something. Before he even gets to say, he's like, you out of here.
I say more to other people than the ref. I think the best part of hockey is the chirping.
Oh yeah, we talked about it with Gage too.
Honestly, I just love it. I just love competing. That's what it is. Like, I just love being like just dialed in. Like, I don't know. Am I relatively calm, boys? Am I relatively calm?
I
otherwise?
think me and you are the calm on the bench at
Shut
all
the
times.
fuck up, Karn. No way.
Yeah.
No, lately?
No, for most.
Lately,
for the
yeah.
You
most
haven't
part.
been there lately. That's why.
For the
you
most
can
No,
call
part,
but
it.
before that, I haven't been freaking out. No, I
For the
haven't.
most part,
You
Karn's
and my
pretty
brother
calm.
go at it.
Only with him though. I don't go at it with anyone else, but because he needs it. If there's anyone else that's gonna have an FU
But
battle with him,
Who
it's
doesn't
me.
go at it with him?
Huh?
That's a
No,
question.
but no. Most of the boys just zip it. Anyways, long story short, boys, Jazz's brother is an absolute maniac. He's the yelling at everyone at beer league. But you know, let's move on. I'm pretty sure viewers don't give a shit about our beer
but
league.
one thing about him, without him, our team's shit.
Yeah,
Because we get so lazy and we just.
Yeah, it's true. Provincial
Yeah.
champions. What up? Anyways, Big
I
C.
don't, I don't think Karn can say that. I don't think Karn can say provincial champions.
But yeah,
Let's just
no,
cut the last,
going into
45 seconds
September.
was bad.
The one thing about September, why it's so important for so many people, like I said, the new beginnings for so many different things. Like I feel like, I don't know, correct me if I'm wrong, boys, I feel like it's more significant than January 1st is because January 1st, everyone builds it up so much to say, like, you know, I got these goals. When January 1st hits, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do this. But when it ends up happening, most people fall off their goals. Like, there's some crazy stat, like, the mass majority falls off.
Within the
like,
first 3 weeks.
Within the first 3 weeks. I can't remember what the number is, but I do know it's a thing. And I realized why. When you're anticipating like okay, when I do this, I'm gonna do this. Normally they're drastic changes, and for you to turn your life around and make these huge changes like on a certain day, 0 to none, man. You got to start doing that leading up to that, so your body and your mind is primed in order to make those changes.
I don't know who it was before Connor. She writes a lot of books about psychology and human nature, and she has a rule, 5-second rule. Count back.
So Mel Robbins.
Yeah, Mel
I
Robbins.
know all about her.
Mel
When you wake up in
Robbins.
the morning,
Yes,
I was about to say Mel Robbins, but I didn't want to say
I tried that. Go
anyone.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1, snooze.
That's a clip. 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 That's a good one.
Then I'm out for a couple hours. Like, oh fuck. Should've started.
Sorry, Mel.
Sorry,
But
Mel. I'm
for
trying
the most
here.
part, it works because ideas fail 9 times out of 10 because you don't take action when you think about it. Everyone says, "Oh, I can do this tomorrow." New year, new me is the same thing. You go through that last quarter of the year thinking, "You know what? New year, I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna do that." But there's no better time than today to start it. And that's when life gets going, your summer vacation's over, everyone's back to school, and there's more of a routine. You already have that fresh start where everyone is getting back into it. Whether it's a 5-year-old kid going to kindergarten, whether that's a university student. For an adult without kids, obviously, it's not a fresh start. But at the end of the day, when you see so many people around you having that fresh start of the year, it automatically ignites you to be that much more productive. Because you see the summer and everyone's lazy. Like, we've all seen it. All 4 of us. The podcast the last 2 months. It's hot outside. We've been lounging around, trying to do it, but also like we're a lot more laid back. Everyone's getting that fresh start. That's what it goes back into your point where September is literally a new year for so many people. where you have to take advantage of that and get yourself going too. Whereas when we have our actual New Year's, January 1st, what's everyone doing the night before?
Good point.
Ringing it in, celebrating.
Yeah.
And
Honestly,
how
I'm
long
over
does
New
that
Year's, man. It's just a number change to me now.
Yeah. I'm at the Gurdwara every year anyways.
Yeah, that's actually good. I mean, try
I didn't
that.
go 1 year, and I had the shittiest year of my life, and I've been
There we go.
so dialed into it now. It's like, yeah,
Well,
never
I
again.
might join you.
I saw you there, remember?
Oh, that was New Year Day.
No, that was New Year's Eve.
No, everyone's New Year Day. 100%. It was the Cloverdale.
No, I saw your dad New Year's Eve the year before.
Okay.
And then I saw you the year after on New Year's
Eve.
Day.
Yeah. On New Year's Day, yeah. But, sorry, Connor, go ahead.
No, I was gonna say that's so spot on. I mean, like a lot of people like use these times like New Year's as like this is gonna be my motivation to propel me into whatever I'm gonna do in the following year. And a lot of people don't realize, like as you guys were mentioning as well, like this big change. People make big changes and expect it to stick. It's the little victories. Arnold Schwarzenegger, one of the most accomplished human beings in this entire planet, like came out of Austria and married into the Kennedy family, became a governor. One of the best bodybuilders of all time, actors of all time. His biggest quote was, "The little victories are what create whatever he was." And so it's making those little changes that are super important. But also, if you're not motivated to do whatever you're trying to do, and when you're in the
Mel Robbins, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
in waking up in the morning, or just like on your days off when you're just not feeling, if you're still not motivated to do something, the chances that you're actually going to go do something now are very slim. You're not going to be able to, it's not sustainable. And so just being able to have that motivation, hey, I still feel shit today, I'm going to go to the gym. Or, hey, I still feel horrible today, but I'm going to make sure that I get all my work done. I'm going to spend this extra hour on my side project, whatever it is. That's the stuff that actually builds up the consistency to where you level up. Where a lot of people haven't worked at a gym, very true. You got a couple people in the gym for the first couple weeks or two, and then everybody drops out.
No,
And that's
100%.
on the person themselves too, right?
It
You
is.
gotta have that mindset of, I want to change it, I'm gonna go through with it, and you just have to push through with it. There's no one who's gonna set a date, a time, or there's never gonna be a perfect time other than now.
Yeah, so you start in September, get the small victories. By the time you're January, you're already full throttle.
I was literally thinking the
Yeah.
same thing.
sick, man.
Let's go.
I spent too much time with you.
I know.
Finger.
Let's go, finger touch. No, that's exactly it. Because
You're not gonna touch my finger?
well, I'm gonna touch your finger, brother man. No, that's exactly it. Because even when it comes to 100%, I literally was gonna start with what Jazz said, but aside from that too, it's like the January 1st goals. The chances are of you sharing them. What are your goals? Did you write your goals down this New Year's? Whatever. There's like a little bit of pressure that's applied to that. Whereas like when you're thinking about it in September, you kind of just have them to yourself. I'm starting this thing and I'm gonna try to do my very best. Or if you're not even thinking that, you're just doing the damn thing. And sometimes you just need to go and do it, as opposed to just having sometimes writing down these goals. Because majority of people, I would say that they don't really write down goals that are realistic in the sense that they're very calculated, where it's just like, I'm gonna lose weight, as opposed to I'm gonna lose 20 pounds. You know what I mean?
By this day.
Exactly.
You gotta be specific. You can't just make it a generic blanket
and
statement.
especially like unless you're like a high performer, which many people aren't, and because it takes time for you to get
But
there
even
too.
high performers, they still have those goals set out.
They definitely do, Arvin. But where I'm going with this is that whereas in September you kind of had this mindset, like all those little things that you guys were talking about, where you work on these things, and these small little changes, they start to compound. When they start to compound, it's probably going to take you somewhere that you've never ever even thought that it's going to take you, right?
Yep.
Whereas sometimes when January comes around, it's like, I don't know, there's so many different variables that come in play here, but like I said, what you probably do now, or what you do in December or November, whatever month you wanna name before you get into January, that's what's probably gonna help you get to your goal more so than starting it on January 1st.
And you know what the other positive of it is? September still has good weather.
Good point. It makes a difference, man.
Dude,
does.
just imagine saying I'm gonna go to the gym at 6 a.m. January 1st.
Yeah.
Fuck that.
It's -4 outside sometimes.
Yeah,
You're just
man.
sitting
Dark
there like,
till 10.
you wake up, you're
Good
like,
for you if you can do it.
you're like,
Yeah.
yeah, another 10 minutes won't hurt. Fucking, you look at your phone when you wake up, it's 2 hours
Bro,
later.
that's where the 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 snooze started.
Yeah.
I'm gonna wake up 6 a.m. alarm goes up. I got this. And the fucking fans on.
Summertime, I never hit snooze. I'm usually up before my alarm. It's wintertime. Yup, snooze.
Yeah.
Always.
And you learn so much like in the process when you don't even expect it. Like I look at video editing for myself. Like I've learned those like little things that take it from like a B plus to an A when I'm like 8 hours into an edit and I notice this one thing that completely shifts how I act moving forward. And I'm sure you guys experience that in the business where you're going, you're in it, and you're like, oh shit, this one little change would make my life so much easier. You implement it and then it compounds over time.
And that's why if you're not constantly learning, you're falling back.
It's true.
And
Well,
if you always keep learning, that's another step forward in your life that you're taking or whatever you're doing, right?
Yeah.
Well,
Sorry to cut you off.
No,
there.
you're good, bro. Let's just even bring it back. Let's forget about January because let's just. Well, I mean, we already got a title for
Forget
this
about
episode.
all of that. Let's just-
September is the September is the new year. That can be the new title. September is the new January. Whatever you want to play with it. But even when it comes to the summertime, I'll tell you what. When we started this thing, we were. If I'm being super honest, we were really on the ball. Like, you know, like. Whatever you define as being on it, we were on it. And I will say, in the summertime, probably July and August the most, which well-deserved break too, don't get me wrong, but probably fell off a little bit. I think that's fair to say, boys. When we first started this thing, I mean, we were pretty on it. Whatever you guys define as being on it, that was us. However, when we got into, I'd say, I don't know, June was good, boys. July and August, we kind of, I don't know, the intensity wasn't really there.
Yeah.
And we had a team meeting about 2 days ago
Yeah.
where we kind of were very honest with ourselves about what we needed to do to kind of get back to where we were. And I'll tell you what
our
we
responsibilities
exactly.
were and where we're lacking.
Exactly.
It was a good regroup, you know?
It was a great
Yeah.
regroup. But I'll tell you what we did at the beginning and that intensity now needs to be a completely different intensity what that was before. Because if we keep doing the same shit from before, we're gonna just probably just plateau and we're not gonna see that growth. So we, all of us as together,
Not even
need to be able
matching
to
that
figure out.
intensity. We gotta top it.
That's exactly what I'm saying. So
Yeah.
if we don't do that, we will never grow. We will always stay here, and that goes for anyone that's listening too. If you think what you did before, yeah, like that's a great start to get the engine going. But if you're doing the same shit, then expect to be the same person.
Yeah. Even when we opened the shop, like it was September, it was supposed to be like 3-4 months before that, but we opened September and we hit the ground running. It was such a blessing that it was a new start for everyone. Everyone's back in school. We see all these people coming in. It was a blessing in disguise for us. But on top of that, it was a brand new beginning for the three of us. You and Jazz both went, I think it was 4 months without drinking. We're on your fitness regimen, doing diets, everything. You guys were in tip-top shape. And that is the intensity that you have to match and exceed if you want to get further on in anything you do in life. You can't just say, okay,
I'm not fucking drinking anymore.
no, but you'll have times in your life where you have to let loose. You can't take life that serious where it's always that. But end of the day, if you want to get past where you started, you have to exceed the energy you put in at the start. And that doesn't mean you have to put in physical energy, it's mental. You don't have to work harder, you have to think harder, you have to think smarter, you have to do everything in a more regimented way, you have to be more calculated in everything you do. And the longer you go on in business, you realize that. And we've seen that growth, and that's what we had in our last meeting. It was
Think
okay.
about your thoughts, and your thoughts gotta be better.
Pretty much.
And like we had that meeting, it was the same thing. Like
But-
this was our baseline. Let's get up here, boys.
But you know what, too, I get the whole letting loose thing and things like that, but I'm gonna argue a little bit here, bro. Nah, fuck that.
No.
Sorry,
can-
let me go and then chime in,
Yeah.
because we're gonna start saying the same things like we always do.
There's
but-
there's a real big debate about to happen. To be honest.
Yeah. So here's my thing. First and foremost, fuck that. And what I mean by that is, I firmly believe, and this just works for me, and like, I don't even really care, because if anyone tries to tell me otherwise, I'm sorry, I'm just not gonna believe you. Like, this may have worked for you, and like, oh, I got these results. Well, what I'm trying to get, what my team's trying to get, isn't what you're trying to get, bro. So, I'm not trying to hear you one freaking year out the other. My thing is, if you're trying to do something special, you're trying to build something big, you have to be all about it all the time. I do not care. You come in, if you think you're gonna come in and you can have like 3 days out of the week where you're on it and you can kind of fuck off the other 4 days. No, fuck that. It has to be this all the time if you're trying to do something special. If you're just gonna be here and just do shit for the sake of doing it, you might get there. You might, maybe in 5 years, 6 years, 10 years time. But what was our whole thing? We're trying to get you here a whole lot quicker.
Obsessed
whether
with
it's this podcast, whether it's their podcast, whether it's the store, whatever you're trying to do, and it has to be that way. Second point, it has to be with the people that are building it together. It just has to be. It's okay if you have friends and family.
Hold each other accountable.
Yeah, that you have, like, that you see every now and then. But if it's not your circle that you're building together, that you're not with all the fucking time, and your mind isn't obsessed with the fact that this is what I'm trying to do and this is what I'm trying to build, then I'm sorry, you may never get there. Because that also happens in life, where life's short, right? Things happen, and all those little things that we're talking about, that compound that will help you get there, you have one little stop and you have these teeny bitsy freaking things that you're doing to improve, which is great. Then you better bank on the fact that the rest of your life is going good, and then you eventually get there in 5-10 years or whatever the fuck it is. But other than that, it's all in, it's locked in, and you get after it. And you gotta hold yourself accountable, because if this is even me saying it, like when you go home or when you check in, like whether it's we come into the store or we come into the podcast, you have to lock in. Because if you don't, then honestly, then you're just gonna bring the rest of the fucking team down. And on top of that, you're bringing yourself down. So then whatever you're saying to yourself, like these motivational things that you watch, like either you learn from it or it's just entertainment. It's no
quick
different.
dopamine
It's
hit.
no different than watching like a freaking Netflix show. That's just pure entertainment. You watch it because you like to watch it.
It's a dopamine hit.
Yeah, it's a dopamine hit. You probably like to watch motivational shit because it's motivational to you, and you think you're gonna do something cool with it. No. You're not, if you don't back it up. If you're not learning from it and you're not taking action on it, then I'm sorry. Like I said, I use the word asshole a lot. You're probably just like that guy.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You think you're that guy, but I'm sorry, you're not that guy. So lock the fuck in and get after it.
In the same sense, I wasn't saying take your foot off the pedal and take it easy. It happens in life. That's life. It's gonna happen. You can't always be perfect. But end of the day, if you're feeling burnt out, take your foot off the pedal for a day, 2 days, regroup, come back twice as strong as you were before that. That's what a productive break is. Don't just take your foot off the pedal and be like, yeah, I'm gonna go back and I'm gonna go at the same intensity I left.
Good point.
At. Because at that point, the intensity you left that work at is a lot less than what you started at, because you're burnt out at that point. And if you come back, that's your burnt out self doing half the amount of work that you're capable of. So take your breaks, be honest with yourself, but that doesn't mean just let loose and go have a bender with your boys for a weekend. As fun as it sounds,
because it's a lot harder. It's a lot harder to come back from that and to reset. Because whatever bender you go on, like even like when you drink, it takes how many days to set back in. By the time you set back in and you're rolling, it's already Thursday. And you're gonna do this same shit again Friday, Saturday. Come on, man.
Why do you think bodybuilders don't do it? 1 day of drinking is 7 days set back on workouts.
Exactly.
And that's a scientific fact. It's not even something we're making up.
Nah, and that's what I'm hoping from our team. Like when I say these things, like I'm not just saying to people that I listen to. It's a message to all of us, and it's a message to me too.
If
know what I
I
mean?
go out and I have a party the next day, I'm like, oh, I feel like shit. I'll hear it from you. It's like, okay, I get it. You feel like shit, but you promised yourself that. You promised the three of us that. Get to it.
100%.
And I'll hold you to that same standard that you hold me.
Exactly.
And that's why it works.
Exactly.
You have to be open-minded in the sense where not everyone's your enemy. We're in this together. We all want to grow.
100%.
End of the day, have that open mind where if someone says it to you, they're not attacking you. They want you to be better and do better in your life.
How shitty would that be? You have fucking team members, because all four of us do. Like we can call each other, or we can say some shit where like I know if it was anyone else outside of the circle would take offensively and their fucking feelings would be hurt. But if one of us isn't fucking performing or whatever, it's like, yo, bro, you gotta fucking step it up.
Yeah.
No one here gets hurt, because our
100%.
friendship and our business relationship are two completely different things, and it's like we can go at each other and be like, yo, you got to do this, and this, and then when it's time to be like boys again, we're boys again. We don't. That doesn't even cross our mental. But I'll tell you what it does stick is because we got a lot of respect and admiration for each other. It is in our brain. Like, yeah, I do got to be better. I do got to be better. Because I'll
100%.
tell you what, none of us are fucking losers like that. That are like, hey, and that's to anyone else. You're starting a business. Be very careful. If someone is a very emotional person and they're not learning, they might just hold you back too, man.
And a lot of that is just insecurities because you know you're putting in a half-ass effort, and when someone calls you out on it, you're like, you feel that already, and you start acting on like, oh, why are you saying that? You're attacking me, this, that.
Yeah.
But that's because you deep down know that.
Yeah.
Like, we don't have to go into it in depth, but I was at a tough point in my life, but I wasn't making all the smartest choices doing this, but both of you came up to me, no questions asked, you didn't hesitate once. Like, Arvind, you're better than this, let's go. That's all you had to say. And right away it was like, it clicked, and I was like, you know what, I could have taken that like, you know what, I'm at rock bottom, fuck these guys, fuck that. It wasn't. I was like, you know what, these are guys I started something with, they're my brothers, they're looking out for me, and you grow from that. Otherwise you can take it the opposite way and be like, fuck it, foot off the pedal, nothing's gonna affect me, let's go on with life.
No, 100%. I mean, like, even personal or professional, like, if somebody says something to you, they say it because you care. If you were
100%.
working with somebody you didn't care about, you wouldn't tell them really that what they could do better or that they're fucking up or anything. Like, that all comes from a place of care, right?
Yeah.
So
Like,
it's
if your buddy's
important.
doing a shit job, or shit,
Yeah.
not a shit job, if your buddy's doing showing poor effort at work, you don't go up to him and say it. It's his thing, but it's like when you care about someone, you will say it.
Yeah.
And you only say it to the people who will listen.
Yeah, honestly, the ability to listen is probably the best characteristics you can have. It's the
Yeah.
only way you can actually grow is if you can fucking close your fucking mouth and listen.
Yeah.
100%.
That's why you have 2 ears and 1 mouth.
Science. Bill, man.
I don't know where I heard that from.
Honestly, it's it's a very cliche one, but it's
I think my mom
it's
probably
very
said
true.
it to me when I didn't
Honestly,
shut the
all
fuck
our
up once.
parents
I'm
probably
begging
said
you to
it.
shut the fuck up and hear people out, man.
Yep.
You do.
Yep.
Yeah.
But anyways,
Closing
I
up
mean,
on it
honestly,
now.
pretty good talk here. I
Yeah.
guess the main thing is like September is the new January. For those of you listening, don't wait for fucking January. Don't even wait for September. If it's August right now, or you're waiting for October, if you're waiting for that significant
Yeah.
that certain time in your life to get going on something, don't wait. Start it now, man. And I bet you when you get to that date that you have circled on your calendar, you'll be so much better for it. So start now. Start today.
And tomorrow's never promised.
100%.
So why start tomorrow when you can start today?
Yeah, and I got some
What the
I got some zesty shorts on, so we should probably go jump in the pool now.
Yeah.
Yeah?
I was
Yeah.
gonna say
Oh,
rest in peace.
we're gonna film this?
Johnny Gaudreau
Yes.
And Matthew Gaudreau. Tomorrow's
Yeah.
promise.
Yeah.
That's
Sad
sad
news
story.
every
Yeah.
hockey world.
Especially that, man.
Yeah, that's rough.
That's
It
crazy.
was weird. Last night I saw it, I was like, someone's messing around. But you
Oh,
see
man.
it this morning, and it was just...
It's
Dude,
so
he's
sad,
our
man.
age, bro. Arvin, he's your age, actually.
Yeah, he's in 93.
Yeah.
Day before his sister's wedding, both the brothers, man.
Yeah, leaving 2 kids and a wife behind.
Yeah.
Mom, dad. It's tough.
You don't
Yeah.
know when the time's gonna end, so live it like you don't have tomorrow.
Yeah.
Rest in peace, man. Be good.